All right, so in the last club video that I dropped, the beat making club beat makes let's make beats for the club video, you guys wanted me to cover some Chris Brown styles of this, so today we're gonna do that. All right, so I got a few things loaded in. We have a lot of Nexus. I love using Nexus for these beats, especially the bass lines and the bells are really what we're going to be focusing on. So I have this bass pulled up. You guys can go ahead and use this if you want. I really like this bass for these club beats and these Chris Brown type of beats. So let me show you what it sounds like. Right, and then if we go lower, it's just aggressive. It's like a weird bell bass, which is really cool. We're going to be around 98 for the BPM, and I'm just going to try to find a bass line that would give me that tone of the club. So what I mean by that is we kind of have to pay attention to rhythm for this, right? So the rhythm I kind of want to go for is like a 2-3-2-3, if that makes sense. So it'll be 1-2 dun dun dun, 1-2 1-2 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to find some notes to follow that rhythm, because that rhythm's really gonna give us, you know, the tone and the mood that we want to go for. So let me go through here. So let me just show you what I mean by a 2-3 rhythm. So kind of like this, right? Let's just find notes that work. Okay, so these three would work. So it'd be like this. But that'd just be really fast, so we got to spread it out a little bit more. So let's go like this. So if that was the notes we want to use, which it's not, that's the rhythm I kind of want to go for. So let's actually take this rhythm and find some notes that work. And let's go down 1 octave. I like how that sounds. So 1 dun 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 dun, and here's how it'll sound with the metronome. See how it's kind of going against it, which sounds really cool. Okay, that sounds good. Let's do the 2 again. Do. I think that one sounds good. Let's see what this sounds like. Duplicate this over here, and now we have a nice bass line going. Let's make these a little bit longer though. And that's another important thing I want to mention. It depends on the length of the bass line, because if we have it more plucked, it doesn't really fit. Too long, we got to have it like a perfect happy medium between like a long and a short note. So a little bit shorter. So let's move on to the next thing, which is actually going to either be, probably pulled up some type of plucked thing for this. So let's see. So there's a bunch of different plucks. To save time, I just bring up some stuff that I really like to use for these type of beats. So it's going to be this one. These are all stock sounds in Nexus. All right, now since the bass line's kind of moving a bit slower, I want this melody to be moving a little bit faster. So I'm going to make sure that my notes are closer together and still have a cool rhythm to them. So let's go ahead and find some notes to use, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to create another rhythm. So let's put this back to line. Okay, that sounds cool. Whereas I think we were at A sharp. So you see now this is moving a bit faster, right? The second note hits when our third note hits here. Now that we have this melody moving faster than the bass, we're creating a different rhythm with the melody. So it's going to stand out, and it's also going to create some type of contrast and texture to the beat. So let's keep going. So let's see. Do. I'm going to mess around on the MIDI keyboard real quick and try to find the next note. Oh, I like how that sounds. Okay, let's plug that in. We need this to finish, so there we go. And And let's duplicate this over again. We're gonna have it go the same. Now let's pitch it up. It's already giving me that Chris Brown feeling, so this is sounding dope. Let's move on to the next part of the beat, and that's going to be, let's open this up, see what I brought up. Another pluck, VZ Bells. So VZ Bells is another one that I like from Nexus. It's kind of an older sound. You would hear this in a lot of old trap beats, but I still like how this sounds for like club beats a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and add one more melody using this and see what we can get going. And for this one, it's going to be, yet again, not following either of the rhythms, creating its own rhythm, but staying in the pocket. So you see how our bass line is moving like this, right? It's right down here. And then we have a note here that fills in this pocket, and then these notes play together. And then we have a note here that fills in the pocket, and then this one plays by its own, and then these play together. So our melodies and our bass line, well, our first melody and our bass line are sometimes playing together, but the melody is also filling in a pocket. So now what I'm gonna do with the second melody is kind of the same thing, and it's going to have a different flow to it too, and it's gonna all blend together, make them work nicely together, and just create a dope rhythm. So let's go through and find something. Okay, so I'm gonna lay a note here, and then I wanna have something playing in this area, so let's go find a note. Let's see. And then maybe down to C right here. Let's make these smaller, so let's go like this. Let's find the next note. And that's duplicated over. All right, and let's see, for this, we're gonna add one more. This is sounding good. So next, let's just go ahead and layer in a clap. So let's see, where do I have one? So claps on every 2 and 4. Turn these down a little bit so we could hear the clap. Cool, we can run a hi-hat in the background just on like a 2-step. So if I open up Contact in Exhale, I have one of my favorite vocals pulled up, and it's this one right here, so you can see what it sounds like. And we're gonna need some processing on this, and then we're gonna go ahead and find a note. So I'm actually just gonna call this vocal, and I'm gonna link it to a mixer, and I'm just gonna pull up an EQ real quick, and I know I'm gonna definitely want something like that going. We'll come back in a second and mess with it, but I want something like this going on. I actually like this note better. Maybe this note for the second part. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. We're gonna copy this pluck bass over to the 808. And this is the part of the beat where it's gonna drop, and this bass will cut out, and then this 808 will come in. So now let's go ahead and create that. So in here, we're just gonna probably keep the same rhythm, but let me pitch it up and see how it's going. And all I wanna do is add a little bit of rhythm right here. And now we can go layer a kick. So let's go ahead and play the whole thing and take out this sub bass, just so we know when the drop comes in. And let's go layer in a kick. And the kick's going to be super important to getting the bounce. So let's go ahead and turn it up. And I'm just going to go ahead and mute these real quick. And some of these notes have to come up. These Fs aren't going to work. They're going to be too low. The F and G probably going to be too low for registering. So now let's go ahead and continue this. So right here, let's see. Something's going on with that clap. Let me just go fix that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, and now what we could do is add maybe some ghost kicks in here. So let's see. That adds a lot of swing to it, these little ghost kicks right here. Watch what happens when I take it out. Sounds a lot better. So now let's go ahead and bring everything back in. So it's sounding good so far. We just need to add like one more thing to it. So let's go ahead and see how this sounds right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate Nexus. So I just want to add in this quick little pad. So let's go ahead and add in this pad. Let's see, let's start here. Let's just follow some ghost notes. So let's go over here and split these real quick. And now we can start to get an arrangement going. So everything's looking good. This will be the main part of the beat. Let's take this over here. Let's get rid of the drums. So it'll come in like that. The bass pluck we don't need because the 808 is going to take over later. So let's see. And the vocal will probably keep in. And then we need to get that vocal. So let's go over here, get that reverse vocal. And let's make sure we can get this to drop correctly. All right, what I want to do real quick is actually take that vocal and I want to render it in Edison real fast so that I can make another chop. So we're going to go over to Edison because this vocal chop is going to be cool. Let's just record it.
All right, we got that.
And then we're just going to make this a chop. So let's cut right here. I'm going to put another one here, and I'm going to make this one unique like this and turn it down. right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. You guys can follow me on all social medias at Lifestyle Did It. Make sure to hit my site, lifestyledidit.com, for everything else. Other than that, subscribe to your boy, push notifications. Thanks.